Okay, everybody, here we go. It is me, Gregory Mannarino, pre-market report on this Wednesday. You're going to remember this day, and you should remember this day. So as I said, Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. Today is the day that the United States has lost its coveted AAA credit rating. U.S. debt has been downgraded. Imagine my shock. Imagine your shock. The writing has been on the wall for quite a long time. This is part of the plan to, again, destroy whatever's left of this nation here. It's pathetic what we're seeing. But again, you're not going to hear a peep or a word about this from, let's say, our illustrious president or anyone else. It's all going to be a deception and a distraction. But this is a fact. We are now borrowing more cash into the now from the future than we have ever seen, thought about, contemplated, or had nightmares over before. I mean, that's where we are at. Yesterday, the headline. Do you remember the headline for Market Watch? Eye-popping borrowing is occurring. I mean, the debt is surging, debts and deficits ballooning out of control. But let me ask you, those of you that have been with me for any length of time, is this a surprise to you? You and I more so than anybody else, have been discussing this same topic for years, how debts and deficits will continue to balloon beyond anyone's wildest dreams here. Well, guess what? It's in our freaking face. And I think it's a sad day. It really is. It's a very sad day today. With that said, with this U.S. debt downgrade, what else is going on? The U.S. 10-year yield is 4.03. 4.03. The relative strength of the dollar this morning is slightly in the green. The MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, again, free to you, free to everyone, link in the description of this video, is now 257. And stock futures are down triple digits across the board. Okay. You know, something has to happen. And you know, look, would you be surprised? Let's throw a hypothetical out here. I love doing these things. So the U.S. just loses its AAA credit rating. Okay, how many of you out here, with a show of hands, because I can see you, would be surprised to see the cavalry arrive today? Bond yields drop, stock market get propped up. I mean, you know, generally, news like this would slam the stock markets. But let's see what they pull off. Again, we have the plunge protection team. This is the Federal Reserve who gets in here and buys large cap stocks. They could get in here. They can start buying more debt, pushing the 10-year yield lower. Would any of this surprise you? I don't think it would, because see what we have here. We've gone to a place where no one has been before. This is like, forget about La La Land. La La Land is like way, way back there. We're in a new realm out here. We have a managed market. Nothing is real. There's no price discovery mechanism anymore. We exist in a multi-bubble environment, again, like we've never seen in the history of the world. We have the mother of them all bubbles in the history of the world. This is the debt bubble, which is reinflated the stock market bubble, which is reinflated the real estate bubble. We have inverse bubbles. Inverse bubbles, that means I'm talking about gold, silver, and commodities in aggregate. Okay, commodities in aggregate have no business being where they are today in this debt-saturated environment. But you know what the truth is? I already told you what the truth is many, many times. Although we have a situation where the world is beyond awash in debt, it's not enough. It's not enough to keep the system liquefied. Again, we are in right here and right now a full-on debt crisis. And meanwhile, the U.S. debt just got downgraded. Okay, what are they going to do? You really think in this kind of an environment we're going to see any real spending cuts? No. You're going to see increases in spending and increases in borrowing. You understand? let's just put another thing together real quick. Let's just ponder something. On a micro scale, you have to look at things on a micro scale and on a macro scale to really get the big picture. On a micro scale, people around the world, especially here in the United States, are carrying their largest debt burdens in history. Debt defaults, loan defaults, skyrocketing. And on a macro scale, the United States, which just had its credit rating downgraded, is the most indebted nation in the history of the world. We have never seen anything like it before. That's the truth. So that should really set the stage for you and why, and give you an understanding, at least I hope so, of why you need to be on the opposite side of this nightmare scenario that is unfolding here. You might want to think it's a slow motion train wreck, and in some ways I suppose it is. But for those people here who can't make ends meet, who continue to borrow themselves into financial obscurity, it's become very real already. By their own numbers, we just found out that 61% of American families are living paycheck to paycheck. But this is Bidenomics, and it's really working. You know it is because it's telling you, it being the thing, the vomitous mass sitting behind the Resolute desk, along with the rest of this freaking freak show. So on top of all that, we got mortgage demand falling yet again. Imagine my shock. Meanwhile, prices are rising, okay, for real estate. We haven't even touched the commercial real estate freak show of freak shows, which is coming down the pike. I already told you that the MMRI is 257. Keep your eyes on the MMRI today. All right, let's see what they pull off. What do you think is going to happen? I will read the comments. Are we going to see a miracle? Are we going to see the MMRI drop today? Are we going to see the stock market go into a super rally mode after the U.S. just got its credit rating downgraded? Nothing would surprise Greg Mannarino. So, what do we got going on? On the back of all that's going on, as I said, we have a stocks trading doesn't start for just about an hour from the time I am doing this. Futures lower across the board. Crude oil, imagine my shock, getting bid higher. Cryptocurrencies are mixed right now, so I would say overall relatively flat. Gold and silver catching a bid. That's the story, my friends. That is where we stand. But it's a sad day. It's a sad day, but I think all of us who have even the slightest idea as to what is going on and where we are going, I mean, is this a shock to you? No, nobody, not one single person that follows this blog is surprised or shocked or anything at what's happening. And let me let you in. You want to hear a secret? I'm going to let you in on a little secret. You know what that secret is? You probably know already. I'm laughing, but I shouldn't. You haven't seen anything yet. Nothing at all. And all of this is going to get very, very real. Again, you can't have the kind of a situation like this go on in perpetuity. We are going to see a bursting of the debt market hyper bubble. And that is going to be a time that is going to rock the core of the earth. It's going to be so dramatic, it's going to rock the core of the earth. An uncontrolled spiking in bond yields is going to happen. Is this the beginning of it? I'm not convinced of it, even though the U.S. just got its credit rating downgraded. I believe, and I could be absolutely deluded here, okay? I'm just telling you what I think because of the presidential selection cycle. Understand, you have no say-so here. The president has already been selected, and unfortunately, that's the way it's going to play out. We have no representation anymore. We do need a revolution. Are we going to get one? Absolutely not. And do you know why? I'll tell you why. And you know already because I've told you. We have discussed this at length. They are creating slaves to the current system, more dependency on the system. And this is also by design. Create dependency on the system, and those people who are dependent on it will not raise their voices. People like you and I, we're going extinct. It's really the truth. There are more people want to be taken care of from cradle to grave. They want some kind of a system where they don't have to work, where they're willing to live in basically squalor, just so they don't have to work. There's no competitive spirit anymore. We have a situation here in the United States, more so than anywhere, where people have been so indoctrinated, so dumbed down. I don't even know how to put this. It's just, they've become zombies. The zombie apocalypse, I've been telling you this for years, is real. And they make fun of everyone. Believe me, they know what they're doing. They put these shows out here. The zombie apocalypse is real. People their brains have been turned into mush. And they're literally walking themselves into the slaughter. With a big, fat, ugly smile on their face, too. Yeah. You ever see the movie Smile? It's pretty twisted. You might want to check that out. All right, people, look, I do want to hear from you on all of this. And I also want to thank all of you from my heart for supporting this blog. Yesterday was the first of the month. On the first of every month, I asked for your support. I said, you know what? If you think I'm doing a good job, I ask for $5. $5. All right? Some of you stepped up to do it a fraction of 1%. But you know what? I appreciate all of you. I really, really do. We got each other's backs, and that's important. That's what I always tell you. I don't care what they do to us, because we got each other's backs. And anyway, if you would, please give this video a thumbs up if I've covered anything that you think is kind of important or interesting. I'd appreciate that. Share this stuff. I count on you to get it out there. And I will see all of you later, 4:05 p.m. Eastern Time. Have your questions ready for me. And do please comment on this video. I will read the comments, and I want to hear from you. All right? I'll see you later.